Released in September of 2015, Seven Kings of the Land marked the start of the Alice cluster. This set brought along a lot of very specific archetypes with Machina and his machines, Rezard and the undead stealth mechanic, Faria and Melgus with Knights of the Round Table, Priscia and the Four Sacred Beasts, Valentina and a lot of character stealing, and Arla and his angels. The set also brought the new twin Alices as well as Blazer, Gale Rabis. The mainstay of this set, though, was the introduction of Regalia, zero-cost cards that began to shape the meta very quickly, specifically Death Scythe to deal with J-Rulers, Leviathan to give J-Rulers swiftness, and Artemis the God's Bow to deal with those pesky additions, standby cards, and aggressive strategies. Every week, Bremon and I will be opening up a number of packs for the next set of Force of Will to add to our pool. From there, we'll make modifications to our deck and play in a best 2 out of 3, with the winner taking home a prize to add to their pool and make it even better. We'll be making our way through Force of Will's entire history to see who can come out on top with the most wins. This is the Force of Will Progression Series.
Hello again. It's time to spin a wheel and see what kind of a prize I'm going to get. A common wild card. I'm not sure what I'm going to pick for that yet. Let's go ahead and open the packs, and then I will discuss what wild card I'm going to pick up. I think the most exciting thing that we're going to be adding with this set is the rulers. We're finally going to be introduced to some rulers that are as good or better than Grim, especially for what the set that I have so far. If you happen to be lucky enough to open 4 Etnas, then you probably still want to stay Grim. But for those of us that didn't, we have a whole bunch of rulers that are actually quite good now.
Split even, half and half here. There's a lot of ruler options that open up here in terms of being able to get flyers, also rulers that don't care about will color as much, such as Priscia or Machina. We also get a lot more flyers in this potential format with Arla. It's really going to come down to the Regalia. There's certainly some cards that we would love to pick up for later, things like Gwyber are just going to be good if we can get into a feasting later.
Melgus and Arla are both definitely on the table. I personally think that Valentina is probably going to be the best. If you open her, then you probably want to play that. Additionally, we have 2 Alices. I don't really think that either of them are that good, but they're certainly on the table. Blazer is interesting more for the mana fixing than anything, and if Jeremy stays Grim, obviously the effect is nothing, but the fixing for red is actually quite relevant.
A lot of the stealth stuff starts to kind of exist, which is really nice and could be really good with Rezard. Death Scythe is going to be really helpful. Soul Hunt. I think things overall, what we needed is that we need to hit Regalia here. We need to try to be able to match board tempo and not just rely on cancels and kind of reactions to get us where we need to do it.
Couple of the Regalia matter. There's a lot of removal from the last couple of sets and not a whole lot of like major synergy pieces. So Horn kind of enables a like draw removal win con by looping your deck around and not decking. But that would make for a very boring game, so we'll hope to not have to do that, but maybe.
Here we go, 7 Kings of the Land, 18 packs. Let's do it. We have a Ratosker and opening up with a Melgus and an Underground Dragger. This is pretty solid. A second Artemis Bow and a second Celestial Wing Seraph. Okay, we're feeling pretty good here. If we pull an Arla, we're probably going into like white flyers, which I think we have some good stuff for. Good stuff here, though. We have things like Merlin or Blessed Holy Wolf to be able to pop additions, on a body. If we can hit a Blazer, it might be really insane because we can play like a heavy white stone base and still have red. A second Ratatosker and a Horn of the Sacred Beast. This is feeling pretty good. A lot of good Regalia here. Would love to see a ruler besides Melgus somewhere in here. Invigoration of the Winged Lord is good. Come on, Arla or Priscia just to close it out. Ooh, we got a Valentina. Okay, we'll take it. So we got 2 Melgas and a Valentina to play with. Both of those will probably come more into play later. But there is a world where we have the Bahamut, so we can certainly play into like a red base there. There's a lot of cool stuff we could do. But we're probably also going to lean pretty heavily on those Celestial Wing Seraphs. So we might be still in green-white, just not necessarily using Grim anymore.
Alrighty, 18 packs of 7 Kings. Let's open a fun ruler and some good darkness removal spells. There's a Soul Hunt that I think is quite interesting. I think a lot of the stealth package is interesting if we get the good support for it. I don't necessarily think this one's all that good. This one will be good if he stays with Etna, as this is good stats for killing that. Actually, Etna might be a 7/7. I'm not sure. Hold on. But it's good removal for the Wizard of Oz type stuff. So we'll see if he ends up staying with that. One of the Sacred Beasts is going to be important to track this. I don't really know how enabled we can make Gwyber, but it is worth thinking about. Gleipnir has some interesting applications. I don't really think it's all that good, but it's worth thinking about. It can cause some like awkward blocks if we continue to stay as some kind of mid-range deck, but it is like sort of card disadvantage, so I don't necessarily love it. Sideboard card that's interesting. I don't believe this card is actually playable. I like this one quite a bit. Ooh, Melgus! How fun! I don't necessarily love this one, but I think it is decent. We actually probably will end up playing it just because I kind of want to play a new ruler, you know? And so if I don't open another one, I like this one better than Saint of Healing. So this is currently the front runner for what we're playing just on account of wanting to play a new ruler, which will have me looking at fire stuff a little bit more closely. Unfortunately, really quite a few duds here, but that's okay. We do have a split from a while ago, so maybe we can get Jeremy with that. And this card's quite good. This card is either quite good now or will be quite good eventually. It's just how good to hold kind of cancels up. This card's also very interesting. This is Resonators gain flying, and you can rest a Resonator your opponent controls, so it's kind of like a big it's kind of like what I was using March of Saints for in the last game, except for instead of unblockable, it's flying, and it doesn't require a Saint. So, interesting, but as I said, right now I'm kind of thinking I want to be red. Alright, friends. We have a potentially insane pile for you, but we're here to have some fun, and we can always change the deck next week. We're tied up. Jeremy and I are 2-2 right now, so I think this is the time to have a little bit of fun. We're playing Vlad without Vlad, basically. So this is just full control. We're going to be playing Crime and Punishments, Glyphs of Unkill, Soul Hunts, Dark Purges. Dark Purge, by the way, was the common that I got an extra one of from my roll, so I only opened one, playing 2 of it. Dark Purges, Stoning that I got earlier, a whole bunch of portals, just hoping that these have targets. And we're just going to play a big removal game. We're going to try and take care of basically whatever Resonators Jeremy puts out. Hopefully he's playing like a yellow mid-range deck like I was playing last week and not some kind of grindy control deck. And hopefully he's also not Melgus, because if he's like aggro Melgus, then I'm in like gigantic trouble. But hopefully he's either like something slower or something more mid-rangey, and then I can take care of all of his Resonators, and with whatever extra mana I have at the end of each of my turns, I will just ping him for 2 for each 2 red that I have. My stone base is very awkward. I didn't open a single red black duel, and I didn't open any of the nice duels from the set that had little red. So I'm going to be running 8 and 8 Darkness Stones. I know that causes me to sometimes have some pretty serious mana issues, but we are a control deck, so we are trying to just call stone pass. We are playing a pretty healthy mix of red and black, so hopefully we can deal with whatever early variants that we get, and then as we call more stones, we'll eventually be able to cast the other cards in our hand. One of the problems with this kind of being the sort of more limited environment that it is we do have to play a lot more conditional stuff. Like, it's possible that he just never triggers my sign based on the kind of cards in his hand. It's possible that, you know, he just doesn't have great portals for target, or that Dark Pulse isn't really hitting a lot. It'd be pretty difficult for him to make a deck in which Dark Pulse did literally nothing, but it can certainly do very little. We do have a little bit of an out in that we can like discard those cards to Soul Hunt as we do that. And then our late game plan is for card advantage is a combination of First Lie and Necronomicon to kind of like shore up this end game where we can like eventually necro with, you know, 7 or 8 control tools in our graveyard, and then hopefully be able to finish the game from there. As I'm sure many of you who have played this game know, this archetype is just extremely fragile to like big barrier dudes. Like I don't know that I even have a way to kill Mind Reading Fox. And so, like, if something like that comes out, then, you know, I just have to, like, hope that I can Melgus, dump my hands, fetal movement, maybe split gets good, and try and make something happen from there, or I can soul hunt it when I kill the other things. But, yeah, we'll just hope that Jeremy doesn't have a great answer to this, and that we can have a fun little control game with a special deck that you don't get to typically see in limited environments.
So after going through our entire pool, it's a bit unfortunate that we didn't really get much to be able to get ourselves off of Grim. We are still on Grim. And that's mainly just because the Fairy Tale package, consistency-wise, is just really nice, being able to search up Etna, being able to search up Oz. We just have a lot of good kind of flexibility to combine with the fact that we have the ramp, although we did make some changes to the main board in terms of some of the other additional threats, as well as some additional protection elements that we'll talk about here in a second. So Grim the Avenger Fairy Tales is back in the deck, in the main board instead of the sideboard. This is because this is just, I think, helpful for some flexibility to be able to spot remove something that's darkness, especially if Bremont goes into it, as well as being able to like even just win up a trade, like have something on field, play Grim, get buffed, and then knock it out. You saw that we had some moments in the past games where my attack was just a little bit too low to be able to trade in and clear some board control, so Grim is going to help with that, which I think is helpful. We cut out the Mooj Dart. We just never cast that card. Went down to one fewer copy of Feasting Elvish Oracle just because our top end was a little bit heavy for what we were trying to go for there. Evolution of Limits have been replaced for Rapid Growths, which is nice because, you know, we can get access to multiple times that we can pump if we need to, and 4+4+4 is usually good enough. Feasting still helping us to be able to get that extra will things. We put in a White Stone mainly because we are now playing a couple copies of the Celestial Wing Seraph that we drew, as well as the Dignified Seraph, just so we have the ability to, if we don't find the Feasting, eventually cast these, which I think will be important. The main addition to the deck, honestly, is the Triple Artemis Bow. I think this is going to help us a lot, being able to kind of keep out some aggression or win some easy trades, which will be super important, especially when combined with things like Tama. So that's like 700 damage, right, for 1 green, which could help us kind of clear some stuff out there. The sideboard's also changed a little bit. Wise Man of Winds is now coming back in. We have a lot of more elves, so the idea of like we can get to more aggressive package with like Elvish Priest, Feasting, 4-drop Feasting. It's pretty easy to have another elf on board, which then means Wise Man of Winds is just a really good body for 2. This is the wrong Behemoth, but we're playing Behemoth to be able to do some kind of like I kill your thing, board control, still hit your damage face. We're also playing Blessed Holy Wolves. Again, it's harder for us to cast it because we don't have as much white, but with Feasting, hopefully that helps as well. Being able to spot remove additions while also putting a body on board, so just kind of more tempo value plays for the flexibility there. So that is the list. A little unfortunate that, you know, just with the stuff we pulled with 2 Melgus and a Valentina, there wasn't really much to be able to play into their suites, but Valentina will come in handy in future sets as we get to being able to cheat in more Resonators later. So that is our deck for SKL. Hopefully it the flexibility and the defensive options help us a lot because we got absolutely swarmed down last time. But we'll see what Bremont brings to the table here in game 1 of Alice Cluster. The question is, how many laves did you get? 4 laves. Plays all 4 of them right now. Flips Melgus immediately.
I am going to do a very rare and very surprising full keep. All 5 of these.
I also think I'm going to full keep.
Okay. So Jeremy's committed to full keeping there. YouTube, y'all heard that. So if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, then you've already seen my deck. Jeremy does not know my deck right now. So I want you to look at your screen right now and tell me if Jeremy kept Etnas in his opening hand. And then if he did, you can point at your screen and laugh at him. Laugh at how useless those Etnas are going to be.
I'm very excited to have them be worthless. Let's go.
Alrighty. I just like right-clicked my screen because I don't remember how to do this. Right. I will call a Firestone and I will send it to my dear friend Jeremy.
Oh, no turn 1 play?
Not yet. Not yet, at least.
Not yet. Not well. Okay. Well, okay. I've got a greenstone.
You sure do, champ.
I'll play a Familiar of Holy Wind.
You sure do.
And then we'll draw a card. We like seeing that, and we'll pass the turn to you.
I will take a card. I will take a recover. I'll call a stone.
I'm very curious now what your hand is. Is it just all swiftness things?
I will play a standby.
Oh no!
Send to you. Go ahead.
A flame trap.
Is flame trap? I don't think flame trap's in this set, is it?
I don't think flame traps come out yet. No, not at this point. Well, we'll get in there for 2. Familiar Volley Wind. We'll get in there for our 2 damage.
Ouch.
And then we'll pass. We'll pass it up.
Uh-oh. I'm being control decked.
Force the wind, baby.
I agree. Firestones for days. We're going to click shuffle on our thing just because we're superstitious.
Fair enough.
Go ahead.
You do have 16 stones this time, as opposed to...
I do. A weird number, isn't it?
It is a little bit weird. We're going to recover.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to draw a stone to play. There we go. A lot of green over here. We're going to play We're going to play an Artemis the God's Bow.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, and also Spaghetti-O.
We have access to the ability to pop some standbys if we feel like we need to.
It's just trading 1 for 1. Don't worry. He's not Arla.
Yeah, we'll get in for 2. I wanted to pull an Arla so bad. I would like, man,
that for sure.
I would have like hard committed to fully getting rid of the entire engine if I had pulled Arla. Okay, I'm staring down Melgus, who has put a card in standby and has 3 stones before recovery. I'm passing the turn.
I will draw a card. Before I recover, I would like to activate the effect of my ruler.
What does that even do? It burns me? Oh, I take 200. I'll take it.
Lads you. Half of them.
half of them lad. Okay.
We'll call it Firestone this time. Dang.
That is indeed a fire magic.
That's all right. It's all right. It's 2 activations of Melgus. We're
hey, that's where it's at. That's it. That's where we're at.
Alrighty. I'll send it your way. Go ahead.
Oh gosh, I'm not enjoying that.
Not enjoying whatever's happening over here.
Yeah, I don't. Something's happening. I'm gonna try to pop the standby.
You successfully popped this here. Portal of Truth.
Okay. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take popping that. We are also... It's okay. We're also going to flash in this Feath Sing at the end of turn.
That indeed is a Feath Sing that you have successfully flashed in. Go ahead.
I'm proud of that. Draw. So the only thing I can think of when I hear that the Etnas are worthless is that there's no resonators at all in this deck. So I'm just going to, before recovery, pitch this Etna with Grim.
Seems reasonable.
And I'm gonna go grab a Glinda.
Glinda, sure.
And then I'm gonna try to move to recovery.
You succeeded moving to recovery.
Okay. And now let's see if I can keep my coin. I would really like to keep my coin, so I need this stone to be the right stone. It's not, so we're gonna have to lose the coin, which is a little sad.
Okay.
But we're gonna go in for 5. For our good friend and ally, Celestial Wing Seraph.
Celestial Wing Seraph? Oh, man. What is this grabbing?
Does it resolve?
It sure does. It sure does resolve. No,
it's going to grab a Dignified Seraph.
Ooh. A Dignified Seraph.
Is she dignified?
And
then we'll swing in for 2.
I'll take 2.
Pass. Am I just gonna get like? Is this just a burn deck? I don't know what's happening. Just right. No resonators. Yeah.
Before I recover, I would like to ping you.
Okay.
And ping you.
Okay.
And then I'd like to recover.
Sure. We're at equal life totals.
That is true fact.
I have seen you put a card face down and take no other game state actions other than burn me with a Milet. With Melgus.
Our viewers know that these 5 redstones are a statistical anomaly. And that's okay. Sometimes that's what happens. I'm going to have to discard at my end step, I think. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. I can just play as chance standby.
Yeah, there you go.
Whether or not it is actually a chance standby.
Oh, that's true. Can be a big bluff.
Rid of a card.
Remember the old days where we would stand by a Death Scythe or a the blue-black spell that I can't remember its name to make people try to pop them because it had remnant.
Yeah.
Space-time anomaly. Yeah.
I do remember that. That's all for me. Go ahead.
Okay. Draw, recover. Call stone with Grim. You know, for the fairy tale deck,
a plan that involves hitting a different colored stone, which I guess
that's
I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm truly flabbergasted at what could possibly be going on right now.
It's my
we're
fault.
gonna attempt to go into combat.
You have successfully gone into combat.
We're gonna swing it with Celestial for 10 trigger to attempt to gain 6.
That trigger is successful. I'll take 10.
Okay. Let's have Dignified go in as well.
Dignified successfully hits. I'll take 8.
And then let's play our Lady Glinda.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll give Tama unblockable for some reason, and then we'll go in for 2.
I'll take 2.
Okay. I don't pass.
Sure. End step of your turn.
Heck yeah, there we go.
And punishment the Celestial Wing Seraph.
Ooh, climb and punishment to destroy it. Where's the X is the damage it dealt this turn. Yeah, that's fine. She's dead.
I'll drop.
Bye, Celestial Wing Seraph.
All right. Before I
You served me well.
I would like to attempt to ping you for 2.
I have been pinged.
Let's recover. Call stone.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me double check my.
Is the stone deck incorrect?
Oh,
what
gosh,
happened?
I hope not. I'll put another standby down.
Okay. Sure.
And I'll pass to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Drawing. Mm-hmm. We're recovering.
Sure.
We're calling a stone.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving to combat.
You're in combat.
We're attempting to go in for 8.
I'd like to attempt to activate a trap card.
Ugh.
Oh, not in.
Okay.
Sorry. How do I flip this up? I don't even know.
Sense a sign to the future.
It is a sign to the future.
What are we targeting?
I would like to target the Keen Sense in your hand. I'll target Dignified Seraph and Feetsing.
I'll float white from the Feetsing, and then she's gone. It removes them from the game, yeah?
It sure does.
It sure does. They gone. Okay.
How are you? Never mind. You gained a bunch from the Seraph. I was wondering how you were at 38, but I figured it out.
Yeah, I gained 6 from the Seraph. We'll go in for 5.
Take 5.
Go in for 2.
Take 2.
Okay. Now, can I interest you in
There's a lot of mana.
Can I interest you in a second Seraph?
Oof. I'm not interested, but you can do it. You can resolve
That's fair. Okay. Can I interest you in a second Dignified Seraph?
That does track.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're interested, and then I'll pass.
Alright, I'll draw a card.
Second Sight of the Future. Okay.
I did indeed just draw a card that is a triple color of a stone type that I do not have yet. I think it is actually maximum equity for me to concede here, and before you can
just to like hide
color.
me information. Yo, no, that's very fair.
I do have a hand that contains. This is exciting. We have to give Jeremy a free game here, and then now we can play for real when we get it.
I mean, like, and yeah, for sure. I truly, yeah. I could easily get 2-1 because I have 0 knowledge. Would you like to go first or second?
I would like to go first, please.
Okay. Sounds good.
I have the opposite problem and call all 8 of my not red stones now. At least I hope that's what happens.
I did not mean to draw an extra card, but it's okay. I'm going to put this to the bottom of the deck anyway, and then I just won't have drawn this card.
I will put 1, 2 to the bottom and drop 2.
Okay. You're leading the charge here, friend.
All right, let's go. Call to play. Here's a dark.
Hey,
see,
a darkness sound.
I called the opposite problem. This is how the opposite problem starts. Pass to you.
Callstone. That's a black. That's a black silence. We're gonna go for our good friend Lion.
The good old coward.
And then we're gonna pass.
The cowardly lion himself.
Yeah. Just in case you suddenly have, that hard. Oh, red black. That's a problem.
Oh, we have it all.
Red black.
Go ahead.
Ugh, I don't super love red black here with what is very possible because of
red black doesn't love celestial wing seraph. I think we're even.
That's that. I respect that. We're gonna go ahead and play this Glinda.
Sure.
And we'll go in for Cowardly Lion to get that 2 and then upgrade my boy.
Absolutely.
And then pass. Thankfully.
Okay.
Oh, I can't even use. Glinda is not a trigger, so I can't even use her against Flame of the Outer World. It's not like Wind Secluded Refuge.
Not against Flame, no. I would like to. I guess I should need to do this. You'll have to remind me what normal spell means. Can she cancel chant standbys? I think she can. Right?
Yeah, she can cancel a chant standby. Yeah.
So I am gonna have to do this now. I'll just portal the lion now.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
We accept his death. It's fine.
And then I will like to soul hunt.
Oh, that's gross. Well, I'll. You get value out of it either way. So you know what? Sure, it's fine. She's gone.
And we're both
gonna
discard a card here.
I discarded a Rapid Growth.
Oh, it gets value from the grave. How cruel. I would like to discard Crime and Punishment.
That tracks.
And then I will pass to you. Good.
Draw for turn. Recover. Call a stone. Wind stone activate. Let's Familiar of Holy Wind.
Pretty good. Surprisingly frustrating for the all removal spell. It's you need to deal with it, but it cantrips, so it's like.
Yeah, for sure. Sacred of Elves.
That is the most sacred of elves.
It's actually not. It's Elvish Priest. I can't even call it the right thing.
My bad.
I always completely forget that this guy got outclassed by a 2/3 next cluster.
Roll and ping you.
I have been pinged.
I will recover.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. We call that a healthy mix.
Hey, it's so good.
I know.
It's so good. Proud of you.
Thank you. We're still going to lose, and now we won't have an excuse. We lost our excuse.
Let's go to combat.
You're in it.
2.
Ouch.
And at that point in time, the turn is yours.
Draw a card. It's funny. We're just shooting each other for 2 back and forth.
Yeah. Yep. That seems very much like what's happening.
Yeah, but eventually, I'll get 4 redstones. I'm not complaining yet, but eventually.
Yeah. 4 redstones?
So that I can ping you twice and win the race.
Oh, yeah. Then you're moving a little bit faster than me. That's fair.
Well, chance to send it your way.
Okay. Draw.
Mm-hmm.
Before recovery, we're going to get rid of this Etna.
Seems reasonable.
We're going to say bye to the Etna. I just, she's probably just never going to do anything. So it's I don't really need her. We'll get the Ozman. We'll play to the advantage engine versus anything else. Recover. Call stone. Let's try to go into combat.
You succeed in entering combat.
2.
Take 2.
2 it is. 1.
2 maybe. Ooh, now you're winning the race. I'll go to 33.
Yeah. Another familiar rolling wind.
Sure.
Gotta keep that hand advantage alive, baby. Pass it up.
Draw a card. Before I recover, we're going to go ahead and try and shoot you for 2.
I will take it. Go down to 36.
Recover. Callstone.
Now just imagine if you were Vlad.
I know how much more like I'd be winning this race.
Yeah, for sure, because you'd be negating my damage.
I'd like to attempt to Shadow Flame that there Elvish Priest.
Oh, that also has Remnant. Look at that. Yeah.
Look at that.
He gone.
Card advantage.
He gone.
Alright. I don't even get to ping this turn. How sad. Go ahead.
Draw. Recover. Call stone.
All these things happen as described.
Combat for 2.
Youch.
Combat for another 2.
Youch.
Let's put an Aussie boy on the field.
Sure.
Okay. We're going to grab our second rapid growth.
Yeah, sure.
Put that in hand. And then send it your way, friend.
Sure. I'd like to draw a card.
Sure.
Before I recover,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to attempt to Endless Night the Oz.
That would suck. Because that would fully clear out everything. But we've got to
clean in,
gotta figure
and cancel.
Nope. Oh, I don't. Yeah. Oh, I do have coin. Forgot about that, but that doesn't help me here. Which one do I want to do? Can save the Oz, or I can save both Tamas.
It's a tough decision.
That is. I mean, it's kind of tough. We'll Zeke's to protect the Oz.
Sure. It's target resonator.
Cannot be targeted. So I'm choosing the first mode to protect the Oz.
So then the Tamas will provide it.
The Tamas get axed.
Alrighty. And I already drew a card for this turn, I believe. So then
I believe so as well.
To recover. Awesome.
Endless Night. Good card. Good card.
I agree. Nights are endless. And I still can't target that guy, so not much I can do here. Go ahead.
Draw. Attempt to move to recovery.
You succeeded moving to recovery.
Hooray. Draw to play. Another windstone. Let's try to go to combat.
You succeed in going to combat.
Let's go in for 6.
I assure you that he will not be saved from this one.
That tracks. Pass it up.
That's what I like to see. I'll draw a card and we will shoot.
Burn me for 2.
We'll recover. All stone.
Hard Melgus black-red control. Just it's spot like remove and burn me to death.
Vlad without the Vlad. That's what we like to call it. Oh, there's the 4th redstone. Now we've doubled our clock. Go ahead.
At the end of your turn.
Yeah.
We're going to bring out Zero the Magus of Null.
What is this card even do?
Nothing. It's just a body.
Nothing.
And what good is Zero without her fully implied girlfriend, Feetsing?
Fully implied girlfriend, you say?
Right.
Yep, those are 2 quick casts. They flash in.
Draw for turn.
Attempt
to move to recovery.
You succeed in that.
Hooray. Callstone. Draw to play. All the will I could ever want. Move to combat.
You are in combat.
7.
Take 7.
5.
Yep.
Pass.
Pass it up. I'll draw a card. Before I recover, shoot you for 4 total.
Down to 28.
Recover.
You got it.
Callstone.
Yep.
I do have a judgment on Melgus, but not quite yet.
You needed that 4 fire. I'm waiting to see what gets cast off of 4 fire.
Can I bind of gravity the 0?
You certainly may.
Thank you. Can I glyph of unkill Lefeasing? What a fun card.
Oh, goodness gracious. At the end of its controller's turn.
You
okay.
get one more turn with it.
I get one more turn with it? Okay.
That turn.
Sure, that's a glyph of unkill. You got it.
Go ahead.
Okay. That's all? Okay, draw. Well, if she only gets one more turn, let's make it count. Here's a rapid growth on her.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Yep.
And then we'll go to recover.
Sure.
Except for the 0, she'll stay exactly where she is. And then let's attempt to move to combat.
You succeed in moving to combat.
Can I get in there for 9?
Sure. No blocks.
Ooh. 9 is dealt.
9.
Okay. Draw to play. There's 4 cards left in that hand. That's a lot. I'm not a huge fan of how many it is.
6 cards still. Hold the phone. Who's complaining here?
That's fair. We're gonna try to bind of gravity my own feasting.
That is about as much use as Blind of Gravity will get against this deck, so that does succeed.
I will attempt to use its ability to recover the feasting.
You got it.
I will attempt to swing in for another 9.
I would like to attempt to crime and punishment it.
Oh, so she's dealt 9 previously.
Correct.
But it doesn't kill her.
That's so true.
Because she's got, unless there could be a second crime and punishment in hand or a thunder or something. Crime and punishment resolves. Yeah, it resolves.
I would like to die. You win.
Oh! I totally thought there was another spot removal.
Nope, nothing else. My hand is not terribly useful right now.
Oh no!
That fun fetal movement, which I was really hoping was going to get to come up, but unfortunately, it did not today.
Did not. Okay.
You got me. That's a really
did
bind to gravity use thing.
Yeah, I was. I almost boarded it out, and then I went.
No.
Could come in handy to be able to swing a couple times. Yeah. Well, I've redeemed myself from last time going into Alice Cluster with 1 win, and so we'll see how it goes going into the rest of Alice Cluster. So thank you all so much for watching. Oh, and next set is the potential opening of the first Reflect Refrain, so we'll see if somebody gets that. So until next time,
that we will then play for the next 3 clusters.
Yeah, for sure. And so until next time, this is DMO73 in Bremont saying class dismissed. Good.